Good evening. Here are the top U.S. stories making headlines right now. Trump's call for arrests of Democratic lawmakers. Former President Donald Trump has escalated political tensions by calling for the arrest and even possible execution of 6 Democratic lawmakers. Trump took to his social media platform, Truth Social, labeling their actions seditious behavior, punishable by death. The Democratic lawmakers in question, including Senators Alyssa Slotkin and Mark Kelly, and Representatives Jason Crow, Chrissy Houlihan, Maggie Goodlander, and Chris DeLuzio, responded by defending their message. In a video, they urged members of the U.S. military and intelligence community to refuse orders that are illegal, citing their oath to the Constitution. The backlash has been immediate. Political leaders across the aisle have condemned Trump's rhetoric, warning that such language threatens democratic norms. Epstein Files Transparency Act passed. In a major bipartisan move, Congress has passed a bill forcing the Department of Justice to release previously sealed files related to Jeffrey Epstein. The Epstein Files Transparency Act mandates that the DOJ publish all unclassified Epstein-related records within 30 days, while limiting redactions to protecting victims or ongoing investigations. This comes after months of advocacy by survivors and public pressure, and it represents a rare moment of cross-party cooperation. The law requires the DOJ to provide a full list of officials and politically exposed persons named in the records. Epstein survivor speaks out. One of Epstein's survivors, Danielle Bensky, has sharply criticized President Trump for dismissing the fight over the file release as a hoax. Bensky called Trump's comments incredibly disrespectful to the victims and emphasized the importance of accountability. The survivors' outcry adds moral weight to the political battle over transparency and justice in the Epstein case. Immigration crackdown and civil resistance. In North Carolina, activists have mobilized to resist a federal immigration enforcement operation. Reports say that thousands of volunteers are using early warning systems to alert communities of Immigration and Customs Enforcement (ICE) and Customs and Border Protection (CBP) raids. The resistance reflects growing tension between immigrant rights groups and the federal government amid a broader crackdown.
U.S. military strikes and escalation in the Caribbean. There is growing concern over U.S. military operations in the Caribbean, where the government is conducting strikes against alleged drug traffickers. According to multiple reports, the U.S. has declared a non-international armed conflict with certain drug cartels, treating them as unlawful combatants. Some analysts suggest that the mission, initially framed as counter-narcotics, may be shifting toward broader objectives, possibly including political influence in Latin America. There are also reports of an expanded naval deployment in the region, raising the stakes for U.S.-Latin America relations. Constitutional concerns and military obedience. The controversy over the military orders has deep constitutional implications. The Democratic lawmakers' message emphasizes that service members have a duty to refuse illegal orders. Critics of Trump warned that his attacks risk undermining the chain of command and encouraging political retribution. Legal experts note that service members are bound by the Uniform Code of Military Justice, which requires them to obey lawful orders but also holds them accountable for unlawfully following orders. Broader political fallout. Several Democratic leaders have called for Trump to immediately delete his post and retract his violent rhetoric. The Justice Department is reportedly reviewing whether the Democratic lawmakers' video violated any laws, but many see this as a political escalation rather than a criminal case. Meanwhile, the Epstein Files law is also a test of transparency in government and will likely shape how powerful people connected to Epstein are held accountable. That's a look at the major U.S. stories today. A sharp escalation in political rhetoric from Trump, historic transparency on the Epstein case, civil resistance to immigration enforcement, and intensified military operations abroad. We'll keep following developments on all these fronts. Thank you for tuning in.